What's up, guys and girls? Welcome to another episode of Attitude is Everything, episode number 2. How am I gonna do? Nah, I won't do fun facts. They're overrated. Anyway, let's get into it. Here's what I wanted to talk about. Now, I'm going off tangent today compared to the normal stuff, but I can't believe it's taken me this long to get into it because what we're talking about today is my entire background. I mean, I grew up on this stuff. I know so much about it because I lived it for so long, and it's only because a friend of mine reached out to talk to me about an issue they were having as a result of this that I went, holy crap on a cracker, I need to do a thing on this. I'm talking about traveling. Now, I'm going to talk real quickly about traveling, what it can do for you mentally and emotionally, internally, but also the attitude you sort of need to keep in the back of your mind or what you need to be prepared to adjust for when you come home. So let's get straight into it. If you've never traveled before, and I mean, especially if you've never left your hometown and like gone interstate, but if you've never gone international traveling before, you need to do that. It will change your life. I tell all these kids in high school that when you graduate high school, defer for a year, go travel. Start saving money up in grade 10, knowing that that's what it is you're going to do. Start saving in grade 8, depending on how long you want to go and where you want to go. Why it's so important is what it does for you. A little bit of backstory. In my early 20s, I was in a relationship. That's not a typo. It was a relationship. It ended. I decided to run away from all my problems, and I took a 3-week vacation to America. That was the plan. Run away, go to America. I'd always want to go. My family had owned a backpack hostel. I met plenty of Americans over there. I knew some people. Let's go. So I packed up and I left. I came home 3.5 years later. I ended up just finding some people that brought all my bullshit to the surface, called my bluff, and basically brought up everything I knew, but I was just too gutless to say, which was that I was fake. I was living a fake life in an industry that I enjoyed, but I wasn't being me. I was living a life I thought people thought I needed to be living. Dressing that way, talking that way, acting that way, drinking, driving a car that I thought people expected me to be, very materialistic in the life I was living. And I sure as hell wasn't being me. I look back on it now. I had some amazing help from some family friends who at least gave me the courage to do the first step, which was to end everything and go overseas. And looking back on everything that push has given me, can't thank them enough. I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have what I have if it wasn't for someone reaching out like that. When you go traveling, people don't know you. So if you try to be fake, like I continue to try to be, people will call your bluff. They will call you out, and you just have to deal with it. You have to take this big pill called humility and swallow it. And it's hard, and it sucks, but my God, once it's finally done and finished, does it change your life? Changes you internally, because you start to realize that all these things people are calling you out on are the same things you hate. But guess what? Now you can change it. When you go traveling, everything else is null and void. You're not in the same stuff. You're not driving past the same things every day. You are literally experiencing new things. You are gaining new information, new emotions, new intake, and you are changing. You're evolving. Really bad Pokemon reference, but you're evolving. When you go traveling, you are going to have highs and amazing experiences that will change your life. You're going to have lows and devastating experiences that will change your life. And you need both. You need to go out, you need to face adversity to grow even stronger. For me, that happened in the UK. I found myself thrown out of a job unknowingly with no money because I thought I had a job, so I was living paycheck to paycheck. I ended up being homeless for 6 weeks in the winter of London. Now, yeah, obviously the story is I lived. I managed to get another job and all of that, but those 6 weeks felt like 2 years. They were some of the hardest things I've ever had to do because I was too ashamed or too proud, I don't know, I still don't know, to call home and ask for the help because probably because I didn't want to fly home, which is what I expected everyone to think of me and to do. So that was the first time I ever went, you know what, I know what people are going to say, or at least I think I do, I'm going to go against it. And it developed me so much more because I had to, again, swallow a massive pill of humility by asking people for help. And when you learn that it's okay to ask for help, that it's not the end of the world to go against the grain, you change and your world changes. And it led to another 1.5 years worth of traveling. I had some amazing experiences and I had some more lows. I lost a really dear friend only about 6 or 7 months after that to drugs. then I got picked up and I was traveling all over Europe a couple months later on this amazing job opportunity. It goes like this for a reason. It's to pick you up so that you realize how amazing you are, then to challenge you. And it's when they challenge you, when you're in that face of adversity, that your strengths will come out. All your weaknesses will be exposed and you work on them. And they're not weaknesses anymore. They actually become your strengths. The last part of all of this is no matter how long you travel or where you go, when you come home, it's hard. People haven't traveled, they haven't experienced what you have, they haven't evolved the way you have. They've stayed where they are. It's like a time warp. And it's incredibly hard for 90% of travelers to come home and deal with that. It's a very, very small similarity to post-traumatic stress disorder that our military men and women go through when they come home. And I'm not saying it's anything like that. I'm saying there's a similarity where you come home expecting the world to be something and everybody else is like, you're an idiot, what are you talking about? They will look at you like you don't have a mortgage, you don't have car payments, you don't have credit cards, you don't even have a job, you've just been off on this holiday all this time. What they don't realize is you've accumulated life debt. So when you come home and you're expecting to hang around with all your friends and tell stories and sit around a camp barbecue and play the guitar and just share life experiences, they're too busy to do that, so they put you on hold. In their opinion, they've had you on hold for the whole time you've been away. You can wait a little longer. So you need to be prepared that you are going to evolve and change exponentially. There's a big word I've never used. You are going to change amazingly. Exponentially, I like that. But when you come back, you need to be ready to be humble again. You need to have in your back of your mind that not everybody when you come home wants to hear your stories. Not everybody wants to see you. And here's the thing, because if you could do it, they could do it, but they're too scared to do it. If you went and saw these things and they thought they ever had that opportunity, they don't want to know how easy it was. They want to know how hard it was. They want to know all your bad stories. But those good stories that make you just love life don't always make the other people love life. Some of them do, most of them don't. So if you can change your attitude around that and have everything in the back of your mind prepared for it, you'll come out a freaking superstar. Absolutely nothing's going to hold you back. So to wrap this all up, because this is going on, travel. That's it. Get out, see the world. Go see your backyard, cross a border. Get out of your hometown. Get out of your everyday thing. Go and see how amazing this world is and what it can offer you. I guarantee you, if you can do that, if you can shift your mindset that it's possible, because it is easy and it's possible. Go and do, in fact, here's what I want you to do. Challenge. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do challenges. Challenge for episode number 2. I want you to go get a pen and paper. I want you to write down, before the end of 2017, I will travel to fill in the blank. Put in the comments below. Tell me where you're going. I'll keep you honest on it. It can be overseas. It can be across the border. But it has to be somewhere that either you haven't been in forever for a good reason or somewhere you've never been. Alright? That's it. Mad love to all of you. Remember, attitude is everything. When you can change your attitude, you can change your life.